Nightmares. We all have them one time or another. Everything has a dark side. Our dreams are meant to be a place of jubilation and contain our most wonderful fantasies. This is kind of like an award. Some of us work our asses off all day long and come home to a nice, cozy bed. Sleep by itself is a nice gift for our turmoils, but dreams make sleeping hard for us to want to wake up sometimes. But there, of course, is a dark side. There is always a dark side. Nightmares have a certain way of creeping up on us when we don't want them to. It's almost like they know. Some may say that nightmares are our own fault. Watching scary movies or reading scary stories can fuel our nightmares. But what if there are things out there that can control our dreams? What if there are beings who can purposely give us nightmares? What if these things are to drive us insane, to the point where we want to sleep forever? Now is when I tell you about my nightmares. A couple of weeks ago, I started to get really into reading creepy stories. All humans have a certain want of excitement, but sometimes we take it way too far. You know what I'm talking about. Surfing videos on the internet late at night, reading creepy stories, or making our own stories. You know how it works. You sit there tired in front of your computer, the room is dark, the voices in your head are telling you to shut off the computer and finally get some fucking sleep. Then it happens. Find out a video that has a creepy description, perhaps a video about a ghost encounter or a video of aliens. This is how my nightmare started. My friend Zach has a YouTube account where he plays video games and gives them a commentary. You know, a let's play. But one day, he decided to do something different. He narrated a story off a website called creepypasta.com. I've heard of this somewhere. I know I have. It's hard to surf the internet for so many years and not hear about something so popular. He told a story of a man called Slenderman. Now, I'd obviously heard of this character. I've seen the Marble Hornets videos, and have seen the fan art, and the so-called pictures. The story was interesting, and it made me want to read more, so I did. Within a few days, I had read all the popular stories that this website had to offer. Squidward's Suicide, Ben Drowns, Dead Bart, Jeff the Killer, Tails Doll, Smile Dog, and all the Pokemon hacks. These stories, they give you a feeling of terror. You start to notice all the small things around you. All the creaks and moans. You look over your shoulder and you think you see a shadow of some sort. Nothing, huh? Silly you. You finally get the courage to go to sleep. And then you start to understand the position you just put yourself in. I understood what I was doing to myself, but I didn't stop. I saw them all. I saw all the creatures in the stories in my dreams. I saw the Smile Dog try to make me spread the word. I saw Jeff telling me to go to sleep. Squidward staring at me with his bloodshot eyes. Jerking myself awake every time I encountered one of these freaks got old real fast. But then, the nightmares began to get so much more real. No longer was I imagining these characters from the stories, but now my nightmares were taking their own shape, contorting themselves to make me even more uncomfortable. One night, I was laying soundly in my bed. It was almost like an out-of-body experience, you see. I had a bird's eye view of myself. It was as if I was laying on the ceiling. I was laying on top of the covers, and my eyes were closed. I must note that I was not breathing. I was snoring, no indication of my stomach rising and lowering. In fact, I was utterly motionless. My room was pitch black, as it usually is when I fall asleep. But I couldn't see myself perfectly. It's as if I had some type of night vision, but it wasn't all green and shit like it usually is. Then my eyes shot wide open. It startled me a bit. I just stared up at the ceiling. It seemed as if he was looking at me. Like I really was on the ceiling. A drop fell. A ruby-colored drop of blood fell onto my face. And another. And another. And another. The drops began to fall slow. But then they picked up speed. Somewhere when rain begins to fall. The version of myself laying on the bed begins to smile. The blood soaks his teeth and starts to drip into his eyes, but he did not blink or close his mouth. He just let the blood fall on him. Suddenly, the view switched to me being on the ceiling. Now I was the one laying in the bed. On the ceiling was a bloody, mangled, wounded version of me. My eyes were missing. My teeth were missing as well. But I had the same smile as the version of myself on the bed. My hands and legs were pinned to the ceiling, almost as if I was being crucified. Then the view began to slowly zoom in on my face. Blood still fell, and my view was still being distorted. I wanted to see what was going to happen, so I tried my best to see. Then the view zoomed in on my face at an alarming rate, and then I spoke. "I am your god now." I woke up, breathing fast and hard. Felt paralyzed, like I was stuck. Felt liquid around me. Did I really just piss the bed from this nightmare? Or was it blood? I quickly jumped up and found that I had knocked over a cup of tea in my sleep, and I was laying in it. Sometimes when I have dreams, I feel as if the interactions of objects in the real world affect my dream. In one dream, I was being stabbed repeatedly in the arm, and I could actually kind of feel it. I woke to my friend obnoxiously poking me in the arm with a pen. Just him poking me in the arm made the stabbing it from the nightmare be all more real. Since dreams and nightmares are derived from our brains, we can experience things in our dreams that seem real. When you eat something, you can taste it. It's because you remember how the object tasted. This dream made me not want to sleep anymore that night, so I didn't. But that wasn't the end. I had the same nightmare over and over again for a few days, happening the same way every time. There wasn't anything I could do. I couldn't change the dream even if I wanted to. This nightmare scared me every time. You'd think I would have got used to it, but I didn't. I began to think about ways I could avoid this nightmare. This was my first thought. I can't remember ever having a nightmare while I was napping during the day. So my first plan was to sleep during the day and stay up during the night. Hopefully this would work. First day, no nightmare. I was relieved. Thought that I had found a solution. I had no problem sleeping during the day. I didn't sleep much as it was already. Second day, my plan failed. The same nightmare happened again. This time there was no smiling from the body on the ceiling. Actually, there were no emotions at all. The head was missing. More blood fell quickly this time, making the dream end faster. My body, laying on the bed, looked down, and my decapitated head was lying on my lap. And it was smiling. I'm pissed now. What, I can't just fucking sleep anymore? Fine, I won't. I'll stay awake. Yes, that will work. I'll stay awake until I pass out from exhaustion. I won't encounter the nightmare unless I absolutely have to. I wrote this quite a while ago, back when the nightmares first started. It's been about a week since I had decided I wasn't going to sleep. I'm so tired. I don't think I can stay awake anymore. My bed sounds so heavenly right now. I guess my plan didn't work how I thought it would. I'm going to bed now. I think I could stay for a few more hours, but I don't want to. I want to see my smile. I want to see my bloody body hang from the ceiling. It sounds so interesting to me now. Oh, how that blood felt so refreshing, cascading on my face. I have a bottle of pills, extra strength. I'm going to take them all with some alcohol. I don't want to be awake anymore. I've been awake for a couple of days. Now I realize how horrifying it is. I'm seeing all those creepypasta characters in real life now. I've gone completely fucking insane. I know they won't be there in my dream. They were never there before. I'll sleep forever, so I can look and smile at my God for the rest of days. I just swallowed the pills. I'm going to have a quick drink. Then I'm going to bed. Why not join me? It will be your God soon enough.